guys, I'm King here, and today I have a video on how to use your PS3 DualShock 3 controller to play games on your Windows 10, Windows 8, 8.1, and it should work with Windows 7, but I'm not positive. So basically you'll be able to use this as an Xbox 360 controller on your Windows 10, 8, 8.1, or 7 device. So what happens if you just plug in your PS3 controller like originally, it's just going to say that it's charging and you won't actually be able to play games with it. And if you go to your control panel, and if you don't know how to get to it, you can just search it with Cortana. And if you go to your devices and printers, okay, now that it's loaded, if you go to your devices and printers, you'll see that it has the PlayStation 3 controller. And if you right click it and go to game controller settings and choose properties, what it's supposed to do is like show you which buttons are being pressed and like which way the sticks are being moved or whatever. But since it's a PS3 controller, it won't actually work. So you just want to go out of that and go out of that. And the first thing you want to download, and don't worry about having to type any of these in, they'll all be in the description. The first thing you want to download is the Xbox 360 drivers. So you want to copy this link and put it in Google and go to it. Okay, and then you want to scroll down a little bit, and it'll say Xbox 360 controller for Windows. And since they haven't updated it yet, it still says Windows 7, but it works for Windows 10, 8, 8.1, and so on. And there's 32-bit and 64-bit. And if you do not know which bit you have, there's a pretty easy way to check. All you have to do is go to your File Explorer, right-click on this PC, and then choose Properties. And a little bit down, you'll see System Type, and it'll say either 32-bit or 64-bit operating system. Since I have a 64-bit, I'm going to choose the 64-bit download. Just click on that, and then we'll click on download. And what I would recommend doing is wherever you want to save it, I would recommend making a PS3 controller folder to save all your files in. And I already have it downloaded, so I am not going to re-download it. Okay, so you just want to go to wherever you saved it. I saved it in my PS3 controller folder, and then you want to run the application installation. It'll say this, blah blah blah. Just click I accept and next. Alright, it'll say it's done, and then click on finish, and that's pretty much all you need from that. And then the next thing you want to download is this, the PS3 controller packages, and you go to this link, which I'll also have in the description. And right when you go to the link and it loads, it won't have like a web page or anything. It'll just have the download box, and I would just save it to the same folder or same place or wherever you want to. And then I already have it saved, so I'm not going to redo it. And then when you get it, it's going to be a 7Z file, and it's going to be a 7Z file, but we need it to be a zip file for us to actually get it working. So what you want to do is either use WinRAR or 7-zip to extract it, or if you don't have either of those and you don't want to get WinRAR, what you can do is just go to this link, convertfiles.com, and if you go to it, and no, I'm not sponsored by them, and I'm not getting money to say this. If you choose a local file and click on browse, and you choose the 7Z file, you can convert it to a zip file, and then you'll be able to download it as a zip. But I have WinRAR, so I'm just gonna right click it and choose extract files and press OK, and then just wait for this to finish extracting. Alright, now that it's done extracting, there's a new folder, so you just want to open that folder, open this folder, and then open bin, and then you'll see all these different files for it. What you first want to do is go to scpdriver.exe. It's an admin protected application, So you'll have to put in your admin password and click OK or yes. And then you'll get this box. So what you want to do is click on force install and then click on install. And then it should have these three things, is say bus device, bus driver, and DS3 USB driver. And then what you want to do is open up pretty much you want to open up all of these files. So it'll be that, and then it'll be this, and then it'll be this, and that notification will come up. And then you want to open up this one, and it should say something like this, so that's fine. Click on OK, and then you can basically just close out these other ones. Close out of that. And now that you're back to this one, you want to install it again. And it should have, like, I don't know if it stays the same exactly, but it'll have a few things. And then you can exit out of that, and it should have this new file that comes up. And you can just ignore that really. And then you can go back, then you want to go back into it and install it again. You'll pretty much have to install it a few times till it starts working. And then when you go back inside and install it again, it'll have these new files here, and you pretty much want that. And as you can see, it's saying that I installed or plugged in an Xbox 360 controller, which obviously I did not. And now, if you look on the controller, your PS3 controller, it'll say that it's player 1 and it's charging. So now, basically, it just thinks that I plugged in an Xbox 360 controller, even though it's my PS3 controller. So if you go back to your devices and printers, and you right-click on the Xbox 360 controllers, and click on Game Controller Settings, and then Properties, now it'll work, and it'll pretty much do everything like it should be. And yep, and everything working fine. And all the buttons, and if you press the home button, if you're on Windows 10, it'll bring up the game bar. I don't know why, but it like starts up here when you're in this window. But yeah, you'll be able to open up the game bar and do all that when you're in the game with just pressing the home button. So you can close out of this, and you can close out of this, and now you can close out of this, and that, and this, and that. And I don't need that anymore. Alright, so now that's basically it. You pretty much just have your PS3 controller working now. So now I'm going to show you some gameplay of me using my PS3 controller like to play the game for proof. And I'm going to show you on the Windows 10 edition of Minecraft. And I'm going to show you on Team Fortress 2. Just so you know that it's working like it should be. Okay, now that we're on Minecraft, as you can see, I'm not using my keyboard, and it has little buttons down at the bottom there, where it has A and B, and just a little, like, note that you should, like, pay attention to or whatever. It doesn't know that this is a PS3 controller, and it only thinks that it's a Xbox 360 controller, so it's gonna have the Xbox 360 like button layout, and it's gonna say like A for select and everything. So I'm just gonna go to the options, and if you don't have it already turned on, in most games, well not all of them, but in some games you'll have to turn on like gamepad or controller like to be able to use it. And you can see in at least Minecraft you can change the different buttons for it. Okay, and as you can see, I am not using my mouse and keypad controller thing. I'm using my controller to play this, and it's working all fine. And yeah, get out of here, noob! You're so bad. You wanna go, mate? Wait, oh, I feel. I have barely hurts. Okay, I'm just gonna like speed this up then. Just so this is proof. Wait. Okay. Alright, so that was a little bit of proof, and now I'm gonna show you some more proof on Team Fortress 2. And just a little note, I didn't know this before, but on normal Minecraft, like this version of Minecraft, the controller won't actually work normally. You'll have to like get a mod for it or something. But it normally works with Windows 10 edition from the Windows Store. So I'm just gonna wait for Team Fortress 2 to load up, and then I'll see you guys in a second. Alright guys, now I'm on Team Fortress 2, and for Team Fortress 2, I don't know if this is like with every other game, but the sticks don't work for the menu, so you have to use the arrow pad, D-pad. And what you want to do, I think this works without doing this, that you can like navigate the menu. But what you want to do is go to options and go over to mouse, and you have to actually use your mouse for this, but you have to choose enable the gamepad. I don't think is in every game. I really doubt it's in every single game, but you have to turn on enable the gamepad or like enable controller usage or whatever, I don't know. But you have to make sure that the controller is like enabled. So after that, if you go to your controls, it'll have like default controls for like buttons and stuff. And you click apply and OK. And now I'm just gonna go into an offline game with practice, just to show you that like it works. And I'll see you when this loads. Alright, now that this is loaded, I can just continue and skip that and choose a team and choose a person. Wait for this to load. And as you can see, I'm using my controller to look around and shoot Scurf. And it's probably like all basic controls that you would think of for like a game like this or whatever. But if you don't know what the controls are, you can just go into the keyboard or controls, like settings, on the settings tab or whatever. And you can change whatever button you want to. So like say, if I press square, it won't do this and it'll like shoot or something. You can change it to basically whatever you want to. And yeah. I'm just gonna speed this up as well. Bruh, I didn't kill anybody. Alright, I'd say that's about enough of that. Alright, so that's basically it for the proof. But now I have one other, like, pretty important thing to, like, show you. So, say you wanted to switch controllers, so say, like, someone was using this controller for the PS3, or, like, became broken or something, I don't know. You're using a different controller. If you just plugged in the other controller and tried to use it, it wouldn't work. What you would have to do is you would have to uninstall this one and then install the other controller, and I'll show you now how to do that. Unfortunately, my other controller is like completely broken, so I'll just have to show you with this one, but it's pretty much, it'll be easy to like explain to you like what the difference is or whatever. So you just want to go back into your SCP driver package folders and everything, and go back into the bin and go back into the SCP driver file. And when you get this box, instead of choosing install, you want to choose uninstall. And before you like do this, you want to make sure that your controller is plugged in when you uninstall it. Choose uninstall. Service stopped. Okay, and it should say that it's uninstalled like 3 or 4 things. But now, as you can see, that the controller stopped saying that it's being used as like player 1, and that you can actually you can no longer use this one as a Xbox 360 controller. Alright, and when you uninstall it from here and you go back into your devices and printers, it will no longer say that the Xbox 360 controller is plugged in, and it'll just say that it's the PlayStation 3 controller. Alright, and now that so basically alright, so if you plugged in another one and installed it, it won't work. It'll say that it's second player and you won't be able to do anything. So you have to uninstall it like I just did, and then, so say this is my second controller, I plug it in, and then you want to press install. And it should install the 3 or 4 things. It should be 4 actually. And then if you go back onto your devices and printers, it'll show again that you have an Xbox 360 controller connected. So if you want to do a different controller, you have to uninstall it. You have to uninstall the first one and then install the other one. And just a little note, if I didn't say this yet, this will only work with a DualShock 3 controller. So say I wanted to use it's basically like the official Sony PS3 controllers. So say if I wanted to use something like this or something like this, it won't work because it's not a DualShock 3 controller. And you basically just need one of the plain official ones for it to work. Alright, guys, I hope this tutorial helped you. Go play some Windows 10 or 8.1 or whatever you're on that this hopefully worked for. Go play some games with a PS3 controller. And yeah, have a good day.